Hello children, I'm really happy to welcome you all to this video session. In this video session, we are going to learn chapter 5. Can you guess what is the topic? Yes? So, it is information processing. First, let us look at the learning objectives for this chapter. First, we are going to identify the relationship between the two variables in a given pattern. Next, to generalize the pattern using tabular form of representation. And to familiarize the type of patterns in Pascal's triangle. First, tables and patterns leading to linear functions. Observe the following pattern. So, we are going to observe the pattern. Now, let us consider a circular disc like this. Now, circular rings of same width are drawn around the disc. So, we consider a circular disc, and around this circular disc, we are going to draw circular rings of same width. Okay? So, if I continue the process, first I have drawn one circular ring. Next, around it, we have drawn another type of rings. See, the pattern is growing. So, it goes on. Now, let us express the above pattern of shapes in the form of a table. Let X denote the number of steps and Y denote the total number of circular rings. So, now the pattern is again drawn. Now, consider we are drawing a tabular column such that number of steps is taken as X and number of circular rings is taken as Y. So, in the first step, only one circular ring is there. So, first step, one ring. Now, to the second step, there are 3 circular rings. Yes? Now, when we move on to the third step, we can find that there are 5 circular rings. Yes, children? And fourth step, when we count the circular rings, there are 7 in total. So, it goes on increasing. Okay? Now, from this above table, we can say that the relationship between X and Y can be generalized as Y is equal to 2X minus 1. So, how can we say that? The relationship between X and Y can be generalized as Y is equal to 2X minus 1. So, in the place of X, if I substitute the first step, okay, 1. So, what will happen to the value of Y? 2 into 1. So, 2 minus 1, that will be equal to 1. So, if I substitute the value of X, I get the corresponding Y value. Okay. So, this is the relation between X and Y. Yes. Now, we'll move on to exercise 5.1. Match the given patterns of shapes with the appropriate number pattern and its generalization. So, they have given the patterns of shapes in one side and the number pattern and its generalization on the other side. We have to match the correct pair. So, for the first sum, there are 4 steps. In the first step, there are 2 starfishes. Second step, there are 4. Third step, there are 6. And fourth step, there are 8. So, the sequence will be like 2, 4, 6, 8. So, on my right side, is there any option with the sequence? No. So, it is not there. Now, let's move on to the second question. In the first step, there are 5 boxes, okay? 5 shapes. Next, in the second box, there are 9 shapes. And in the third step, there are 13 shapes. Yes, children? So, the sequence will be like 5, 9, 13, etc. So now on my right side, option A is the correct pair for this second subdivision. Yes? Now, remember that for second it is A. Next we'll move on to the third one. First we are having 4 boxes. Second step, there are 16 boxes. In the third step, there are 36 boxes. And in the fourth step, there are 64 boxes. So the sequence will be 4, 16, 36, 64, etc. So on my right side, the option is not there. Yes? Now, the fourth subdivision, here we are going to consider the box which is in yellow in color. So first step, there is only one box. In the second step, there are 4 boxes. In the third step, there are 9 boxes which are yellow in color. And in the fourth step, there are 16 boxes yellow in color. So the option will be, the sequence will be 1, 4, 9, 16, etc. Yes, so it was in the previous one. Yes, C, option C. Now, for this fifth one, in the first step there are 3 different shapes. Okay, 3 shapes. Now in the second step, there are 4 shapes. In the third step, there are 5 shapes. And in the fourth step, there are 6 shapes. So the sequence will be as 3, 4, 5, 6. So that will be option B. So we can just match it and write the answers like, for the first subdivision, the option is D. That is, the sequence is 2, 4, 6, 8. Next, for the second subdivision, the option is A. 5, 9, 13, etc. Okay. And for the third one, the option is E. So the sequence there is 4, 16, 36, 64, etc. For the fourth subdivision, the option is C. So it is 1, 4, 9, 16, etc. And for the last one, fifth one, the option is B. The sequence is 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Understood, children? Now let us move on to the objective type questions. Second one, identify the correct relationship between x and y from the given table. So a tabular column is given with x and y values, and we have to find the correct relationship between x and y from the given options. So first option is given as y is equal to 4x. Second option, y is equal to x plus 4. Third option, y is equal to 4. Fourth option, y is equal to 4 into 4. Now, in order to find the correct relationship between x and y, we are going to take the x value and substitute in any one of the following options. And we are going to see whether we get the corresponding y value. Okay, so first let us take the first option. It is y is equal to 4x. So here in the place of x, we are going to substitute 1. So 4 into 1. Y is equal to 4 into 1. That will be equal to, what is 4 into 1? 4 ones are 4. So what is the value I am getting for y? Y is equal to 4. Yes? So here the first corresponding y value is 4. Now let me take the x value as 2. Okay, I am going to check whether this is the correct option or not. So let me take x value 2 and substitute in the same option. Y is equal to 4x. So here in the place of x, we are going to put 2. So 4 into 2. What is 4 2s are? 8. So again it is giving the correct y value. Suppose x value we are taking as 3. So 4 into 3, it is 12. So we can say that the first option is the correct answer. Therefore, the answer is Option 1, y is equal to 4x. Now, question number 3. Identify the correct relationship between x and y from the given table. So, this is similar to the second sum. Now, the tabular column is given with x and y values. Options are given. The first option, y is equal to minus 2x. Yes. Next, second option, y is equal to plus 2x. Third option, y is equal to plus 3x. And fourth option, y is equal to minus 3x. So, the same step what we did for the previous sum. We are going to take the x value. We are going to substitute in the first option. We are going to check whether the corresponding y value is got or not. Yes. So, y is equal to minus 2x. For the first option, in the place of x, we are going to substitute minus 2. So, minus 2 into minus 2 will become plus 4. But what is the y value we are getting there? It is 6. So, it is not the first option. Now, second option is not the correct option because it is also 2 into 2. Again, we will be getting 4 for that. So, but here y value is given as 6. So, second option is not the correct one. We will move on to the third one. Y is equal to plus 3x. Okay. So, here in the place of x, we are going to substitute minus 2. So, 3 into minus 2 will be minus 6. I am getting 6. But what is the symbol there? Minus 6. But in the tabular column, the answer is y value is plus 6. So, I can say that the third option is also not the correct answer. Now, if we move on to the fourth one, y is equal to minus 3x. Here, if you substitute minus 2, minus 3 into minus 2. So, minus into minus becomes plus. 3 2s are 6. So, plus 6 is got. So, I can say that the fourth option is the correct answer. Therefore, answer is option 4, y is equal to minus 3x. Now, let us learn what is Pascal's triangle. The triangle of numbers created by the famous French mathematician and philosopher Blaise Pascal, which is named after him as Pascal's triangle. The Pascal's triangle of number provides lot of scope to observe various types of number patterns in it. Now let us take a look at the Pascal's triangle. So we start with the 0 row where 1 is there. The first row consists of 2 ones. The second row consists of 3 boxes and 1 at each end. And the second box is got by adding 1 plus 1 in the first row. Now moving to the third row, you end the row with 1 on both the sides. Now you have 2 boxes in the middle. The second box is got by adding 1 plus 2. Now the third box is got by adding 2 plus 1. So both the numbers are 3. Now we'll move on to the fourth row. Similar way, the end boxes, the starting and the end boxes will have 1 in them. Now you have 3 boxes in the middle. Now we have to look for the third row and add 1 and 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So second box has 4. Next, third box is got by adding 3 plus 3. That is 6. Next, we are going to add 3 plus 1. That is 4. So the fourth row is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Yes. Now, we'll go to the fifth row. So similar way, the starting box and the ending box will have 1 in them. Now, you'll have the 4 boxes in the middle. So the second box is got by adding 1 plus 4. That is 1 plus 4 is 5. Third box is got by adding 4 plus 6. That is 10. And here the fourth box is got by adding 6 plus 4. That is again 10. Now the fifth box is got by adding 4 plus 1. So you will repeat this pattern. Okay, you will repeat this pattern. Now there are slanting rows in this Pascal's triangle. So slanting row, the second one, yes, that is the second, the one which is marked in light sandal color, that is the second slanting row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third slanting row is 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. Fourth slanting row is 1, 4, 10, 20. And the fifth slanting row is 1, 5, 15. So it goes on like this. Yes, children, understood how the Pascal's triangle is got? Yes. Let us move on to the exercise 5.2. First one, complete the Pascal's triangle. So they have given a Pascal's triangle which should be completed by S. So solution. Children, remember that for each row, it will start with 1. The first box and the last box will have 1. Okay. So first you can fill all the rows with starting box 1 and ending box 1. Then you're going to add the numbers, previous row numbers you're going to add and fill up the boxes. Okay. So I have just shown you the completed box. So here first we have written all the ones, okay, on both the ends. We have written, then I have added 1 plus 4, that is 5. Next, 6 plus 4, that is 10. Yes, so 4 should be there. So likewise, if we repeat this step, by adding the numbers in the previous step, we can get the complete Pascal's triangle. Okay, second question. The following hexagonal shapes are taken from Pascal's triangle. Fill in the missing numbers. So first subdivision, so hexagonal shapes are given from the Pascal's triangle. So we have to find the missing numbers. For the first sum, there are 4 missing numbers. Okay. So let us move on to the solution. First one. So first we are going to consider the center number, that is 14. And remember, it is ending with 1 in my right side. Yes. So the above number should be 1 and the below number also should be 1. So if it is 1 above, 1 plus what number will give me 14? It is obviously 13. So 13 plus 1. Yes. Now here 91 and 14. Yes. So what should I do? 91 plus 14. If I add both, what is the answer I get? 105. And I said that below also it is 1. Yes. So we have filled the missing numbers. Next sum. You have to find 3 missing numbers. Okay. So for this we are going to consider here the first box we are going to consider. Okay. So 35 is got by adding 15 and one more number. So if I subtract 35 and 15, I will get the other number. So what is 35 minus 15? It is 20. Yes. Now, here for the second box, yes, if I subtract 35 and 56, I will get the value. Yes, 56 and 35 if I subtract, I will get 21. So that is got. Now, for the third box, 35, 35. If I add both the values, it will be 70. Yes. Now, the third subdivision. So here you have to find 3 missing boxes. So for this solution, so first we are going to take 120 and 210. Adding that, we'll get 330. Okay. Now, the next box is got by subtracting 495 and 330. So it will be 165. Now, We are going to add 330 and 462 so that the value is 792. Yes, children? Next question. Here you have to find two boxes. Okay. So first, let us subtract 190 minus 171. That will be 19. Yes. Again, what we are going to do is, we are going to subtract 171 and 153 so that the value is 18. Okay. Now, next question. Complete the Pascal's triangle by taking the numbers 1, 2, 6, 20 as the line of symmetry. So, here the Pascal's triangle is given and we have to consider the line numbers 1, 2, 6 and 20 as the line of symmetry. We know that the line of symmetry divides any shape into equal halves. Okay. So, the solution can be given as follows. So, here we have just replicated the numbers to the other side. Okay. Now, objective type questions. The elements along the sixth row of the Pascal's triangle is. So, the elements along the sixth row of the Pascal's triangle is. Option 1, 1, 5, 10, 5, 1. Option 2, 1, 5, 5, 1. Option 3, 1, 5, 5, 10, 5, 5, 1. Option 4, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. The correct answer is option 4, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. That is the sixth row of the Pascal's triangle. Okay. These are the elements present in the sixth row of the Pascal's triangle. Next question. The difference between the consecutive terms of the fifth slanting row containing 4 elements of a Pascal's triangle is. The difference between the consecutive terms of the fifth slanting row containing 4 elements of a Pascal's triangle is. Option 1, 3, 6, 10, etc. Option 2, 4, 10, 20, etc. Option 3, 1, 4, 10, etc. And option 4, 1, 3, 6, etc. The answer is option 2, 4, 10, 20, which is the difference between the consecutive terms of the fifth slanting row containing 4 elements of the Pascal's triangle. Next question. What is the sum of the elements of the ninth row in the Pascal's triangle? Option 1, 128. Option 2, 254. Option 3, 256. Option 4, 126. So, we have to find the sum of the elements of the ninth row in the Pascal's triangle. Therefore, the answer is option 3, 256. Now, miscellaneous practice problems. First one, choose the correct relationship between x and y from the given table. So, this is already done. Okay. So, what we are going to do is, we are going to take the x value and substitute in the corresponding options, and we are going to find the correct option. So, y is equal to x plus 4 is the first option. Second, y is equal to x plus 5. Third, y is equal to x plus 6. Fourth, y is equal to x plus 7. So, substituting the value of x in any in the following options, we can say that the answer is third option, y is equal to x plus 6. Second question, find the triangular numbers from the Pascal's triangle and color them. So, here they have given the Pascal's triangle, we have to find the triangular numbers. So, let us know what is triangular numbers. Triangular numbers are the objects of which can be arranged in the form of equilateral triangle. Triangular numbers are the objects of which can be arranged in the form of equilateral triangle. Example 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. So these numbers can be arranged in the form of an equilateral triangle. From Pascal's triangle, the triangular numbers are, so the answer is 3, 3, 6, 10, 10, 15, 15, 21, 21. So we have colored the triangular numbers. Third question, write the first 5 numbers in the third slanting row of the Pascal's triangle and find their squares. What do you infer? So solution, so we have drawn the Pascal's triangle and we have written the first slanting row, second slanting row and third slanting row. So let us write down what are the numbers. The numbers in the third slanting row are 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, etc. Yes, these are the numbers 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21 are the numbers in the third slanting row. The squares are 1 square, 3 square, 6 square, 10 square, 15 square, 21 square, etc. That is equal to 1, 9, 36, 100, 225, 441, etc. Let us prepare a tabular column for natural numbers, cubes, sum of the cubes, squares of triangular numbers. So in the first column, the natural numbers are written. In the second column, the cubes are written. So for the natural numbers, 1 cube it is 1, 2 cube it is 8. So it goes on. Next, sum of the cubes. So 1, first row it is 1, second row it is written as 1 plus 8. So that is 9. Yes. Next for the third row, 3 cube it is 27. Sum of the cubes 1 plus 8 plus 27. When you add all the 3 it is 36. Next for the fourth one, 4 cube is 64. So adding the cubes 1 plus 8 plus 27 plus 64 you will get 100. So it goes on. Now in the last column, squares of triangular numbers. Okay, so it is 1, next 9, 36, 100, 225, etc. Now, from this table, we can conclude that the square of the triangular numbers are the sum of cubes of natural numbers. Children, with this we have completed chapter 5, Information Processing, and your second term portions are over. So if you are having any doubts in any chapter, you can ask your concerned subject teachers. Okay children, thank you ma'am.